So now that I have your attention with this extremely cute, heavy little thick dog, I've got to put... So guys, if you're making good money right now, but you've got a shit physique, then this video today is going to be an absolute game changer for you. And I want to kick things off with a series of 3 questions, which I want you to ask yourself as we dive into them. Number 1, if you were leaner, stronger, and had more energy, do you think you would close more deals, make more money, and have higher performance in your work? The answer most likely is yes. Number 2, if you had more confidence in yourself, you carried yourself with more presence, do you think you would make more money? The answer most likely is yes. If you had the respect of other men the minute you walk into a room based upon your body, your health, your presence, your energy, everything we've just covered there, do you think you would close more deals and make more money? The answer most likely is yes, right? And if you are, like most entrepreneurs, like most people in career, business, they are motivated by money. There's 4 M's in this world in which men are motivated by: money, mastery, mobility, and mating. If money is the thing that drives you, it gets you up in the morning, it moves you forward, and if you're motivated by making more money, then it would serve you massively to have a better physique, right? And this is the thing, you're busy right now, you're stressed, you've got a lot on your plate. Every single day feels like it's going at 100 miles an hour, you're not fueling your body properly, you're over-caffeinated, overstimulated, your days are bleeding into one another, and you're going task to task. It's just mental. It's absolutely crazy. And you can't really seem to find a groove. You can't seem to find the flow. You can't seem to find the right strategy for you when it comes to actually building your physique. So you need to understand, right, if that core driver is money, that's where you're heading, that's what you want to achieve more of, then if you can get yourself in a world-class position with a simple framework, a simple system, then you will bypass all your competition. Because guys, you've got to remember, life is a competitive sport. If you're watching this video and the title pulled you in, then let's say 100 people watch this video. You are simply against 100 people. That is what it really comes down to. And if you don't have that hard drive, that competitive edge through having high energy, high competence, high status, high respect, high presence, you will be bulldozed by anyone who even has a 1% edge on you. So this is the kicker, right? And it's the God's honest truth. Anytime you put yourself in a position to, let's say you want to level up in your career, you want a promotion, you want to close a new deal, in this world right now, 2025, the 21st century in which we're in, people do judge a book by its cover. And if the cover of your book is soft, lethargic, weak, all over the place, looks like you don't look after yourself, you're not carrying yourself with good presence, you just kind of look bent out of shape, people will judge you based upon how you carry yourself, how you hold yourself, how you look after yourself. People trust those who are in better shape because 1, they have discipline, they can stick to their own word. 2, they're most likely more routined, they're more dialed in, they have higher energy, so they trust them more to pull things off, get the job done. And 3, because the person who is operating at a higher standard physically, mentally, emotionally, with his routine, with his body, they just believe that this guy is going to work harder, right? Fat people are inherently lazy, right? They have lazy habits, lackluster behaviors, and they don't actually believe in themselves. Otherwise, they would not be in the predicament they're in. So if you're not where you want to be right now as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as someone who is on the pursuit of living the good life, then you can overlook your health. It would be simply ridiculous to overlook your health if you want to live life on the highest standard. And if your standards are poor, then your life will be poor. The quality of your income will be poor. It will literally deteriorate. It will literally deteriorate as you do. So the way to solve this, right, and this is the simplest strategy possible, you need a very simple mechanism installed into your life. And this has worked time and time again. We do it with all of our VIP clients, all of our CEO clients. But install a frictionless framework that allows them to move forward at pace remove the friction, the distraction, whilst having a busy life, whilst running a business, and get into shape very, very quickly. So habit number 1 would be to do a protein leveraged fast. Right now, you're probably the kind of guy that wakes up not on the early hours of the morning, the time you said you wanted to, the inspiring hours of the morning to get your routine done, your meditation done, your journaling done, your morning run or workout done. You probably don't do any of that, right? Let's say you have to be at work for 9 o'clock and you're waking up at 8:30. It's just not going to look good on you. You're going to feel scattered. You're going to feel all over the place. So I would suggest, first and foremost, wake up that extra hour early and run the protein leveraged fast. All you want to be doing is going into your kitchen, getting 2 scoops of whey protein, mix it with milk and ice, and sort yourself out with 40 grams of protein straight away in the morning, right? Because right now your diet is probably super low in protein, which is going to be the building blocks for a solid physique. And right now, if you do not have a solid physique, you've got a soft physique, you need more protein simply, because it's going to keep you more satiated, it's going to fill you up, it's going to allow you to build and repair muscle tissue. So you want to make sure you're smashing a nice chunk of protein first thing in the morning, rather than a bowl of crunchy nut cornflakes or a Danish pastry on the drive to work. You want to get some protein in, okay? You want to, stimulate muscle protein synthesis, which is going to be the kickstarter of building muscle for the day. The more muscle you have, the more thermically effective you are. The more body fat you can lose, the higher your TDEE is, which is your total daily energy expenditure. So just from that simple habit, skipping your breakfast and smashing a protein shake will put you ahead of 99% of people in terms of your protein intake for the day. From there, you want to have that fast prolonged roughly until about lunchtime. Right, when it comes to that 12 o'clock window, you want to maybe smash like two dates and a banana, get into the gym for that 45 minutes and run a 45-minute strength building session, full body, 1 or 2 main working sets, squats, bench, deadlifts, overhead press, weight dips and chins, whatever it might be, some machine work, some pump work, but just go in and hit it hard with a solid level of intensity. After that workout, that's when you're going to have your first proper feeding window, which is going to be a nice nutrient-dense balanced meal, whole foods. It could be beef, could be chicken, could be with rice or potato, could be with some greens. Get that down you, and have yourself roughly between a 650 and 800 calorie meal, with around about 50 to 60 grams of protein. So far in this day, right, you're already sitting at 100 grams of protein, probably around 80 grams of carbs and maybe 20 grams of fat, if even, probably less, okay? Then you're going to feel high frequency for the rest of your day. Your training's going to be done. You've already hit 100 grams of protein, you're halfway there, bro. You want to be hitting roughly 200, you're already halfway there. And it feels so simple, it feels so frictionless. From there, you grind and graft for the rest of your day. You do what you need to do. You maybe have another protein shake or maybe a little Greek yogurt bowl in the afternoon or something, just a wee, spike of glycogen to keep the brain functioning. When you finish work, you should be dedicating minimum 30 to 45 minutes for your steps. This is what I'd recommend, because see, if you're hitting anywhere between 10 to 14,000 steps a day, you will be a fat burning machine. Around about that 14k step mark, I don't know what happens, but you just start incinerating body fat. It's crazy. It's a fair amount of output. Roughly for 10k steps, you are burning 400 calories. So that extra wee bit more, you're looking at maybe 600. So you're already putting yourself in a huge deficit. You're assimilating food, you're clearing your head off the back of a busy day in the office or working on your projects, on your hustle, on your grind, on your business, and you can actually have some time to lateral think and wind yourself down. So you've already, hit your 100, 120 grams of protein, smashed a strength training session, you've smashed 10 to 14,000 steps, you've got so much more work done during the day. And then in the evening, you can focus on building in the business, creating the content, closing more deals, whatever it might be. And then you run roughly the same blueprint in the evening. Another high potency, nutrient dense, clean whole foods meal. Again, roughly the same macros, 80 grams of carbs, 15, 20 grams of fat, maybe another 80 grams of protein, 60 to 80 grams of protein. You're talking more mince, more beef, maybe some whole eggs, some chicken, whatever it might be, just a big, dense meal. And you smash that extra protein shake at night. Right there, I've essentially given you a diet plan, okay? But it's more of a structure, it's more of a system than anything else. It's 2 protein shakes, considering of 40 grams of protein, so that's 80 grams of protein, taken care of, done. 2 meals of roughly, 60 grams of protein, so 120 grams. That's you hit 200 grams of protein with 2 meals and 2 shakes. Anyone can do that. It is very, very simple, and it's going to work very, very well. Because right now you are time poor more than anything else, so you want the simplest way possible to achieve this outcome. So that's the meal strategy, right? You heard me mention on the full body strength training session, you only need to do 3 of those per week. On a Monday, on a Wednesday, and a Friday. Okay, full body strength training, especially if you're a busy guy, is going to be the best driver for you to build strength, drop fat, and improve your body composition. Marry that up with the nutrition system, marry that up with the 10 to 14k steps a day. You're going to gain more time back, your energy is going to go up, you're going to be dropping about 1.5 to 2 pounds of body fat per week. And right now, you might not be in the worst spot, you might have 20, 25 pounds of fat to lose. If you ran that, right, if you ran that for 8 to 16 weeks, you would be in a world-class position to shred off 25, 30 pounds of fat. And I tell you what, guys, that is going to open the floodgates for all of the success you want. Because your body is your business card. It seriously is. And in this day and age, if you ain't walking the walk, if you don't have the lean physique that people would admire, then the respect that you don't give yourself, you're never going to gain it from anyone else. So that's the main factor and driver behind this. The self-work installs the self-worth. And if you can't put yourself in a position to dedicate 4 hours per week, 4 hours per week to your body, then you're telling yourself you don't value yourself that much. And if you don't value yourself, you're never going to win in a sales situation. You're never going to win in a meeting. You're never going to win with your prospects. And that's why your competition will absolutely destroy you. If they are that 1% better than you, that 1% more dialed than you, then you're leaving thousands on the table every single month because you are unwilling to put yourself in a position to work on yourself, build yourself, and become the very best version of yourself. So that simple system I've ran through, guys, this is something I follow personally myself. Might be slightly different just based on my lifestyle, my needs analysis. Things change as time goes on. But if you wanted some free game, that would be the simplest strategy you could implement to move yourself forward at pace, guys. Because there's been massive periods of time when I've been trying to build my business, and the biggest thing that stressed me out is trying to control too many variables. If you want growth, if you want certainty, if you want consistency, and you want speed, having a system like this will move you and shift the gears very quickly and allow you to win at the fastest pace possible. And if you can track your sleep, track your steps, track your daily weigh-ins, I promise you, and I mean this, I promise you, you'll start seeing progress happen within the first couple of days. You'll be a hell of a lot less bloated, your energy will be up, you'll feel like you're actually in alignment with the guy you want to be, and that in itself is a massive win. And it's just always about realigning yourself, making sure the head is screwed on and you can actually stick to something that's simple, sustainable, and allows you to thrive at your very best. So guys, more of an educational one. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one, and down below in the description there will be a couple of links that you can access some free guides, some free resources, some ebooks, and along with some one-to-one coaching with myself. If you want me to just do all this for you, just remove the guesswork, the friction, the stress, and put a system in place so you can win, thrive, and destroy average. Become undeniable and live a life in your own terms. See you in the next one.